Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and always go beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee. My co-host, Raina. I have a tag for you for Tag Tuesday. Some treats for Raina. So let's get ready. And today we're going to do the winning title tag. And this tag was created by Heather Reeds. And I was tagged about 2 weeks ago by Gina at the Library Mouse, and also by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. I don't know how long ago, somewhere along the way. So thank you to both of them for tagging me. I will put links to their channels and also to the Heather Reed's channel in my description box. So with this one, we just talk about the titles of the book, of course. You know, I'll take into consideration the cover or whatever else I need to make my point, because you know how I always do that. And I never really seem to follow the tags exactly the way that they're supposed to be, but oh well. We'll see what we can do with this one. So with this one, it's titles, as I say, and you look to see if you have a title that fits the description, such as a funny title. So, do I have a funny title? Well, for that, I chose this book, Leonard and Hungry Paul. This is by Ronin, Hession. And this book is kind of interesting, it seems. I haven't read it yet. It's been sitting in my collection actually for quite a few months, and I have not yet touched it. So it does have good reviews, and it was recommended to me by someone else because they thought I might like it due to the fact that I kind of like quirky characters. So in this one, it says, in this truly unique debut, popular Irish musician Ronin Hession tells the story of two single 30-something men who still live with their folks and who are nice. They're nice. They take care of their parents and play board games together. They like to read. They take satisfaction from their work, and they are resolutely kind. And they realize that none of this is considered normal. So I found that interesting. So I'll have to take a look at that one sometime, hopefully soon. But anyway, that was my funny title. So next we have a shocking title. I don't know how really shocking this is, but it does kind of make you think for a moment. This is called Nurse and Spy in the Union Army, and is by Sarah Emma Evelyn Edmunds, and is from 1864. This is, again, kind of an interesting book. It says, and I've never read it, still going to get to this one, also been sitting in my collection for a few months. In this book, Canadian-born Sarah Emma Evelyn Edmunds recounts her sensational life on the front lines of the American Civil War. As a young woman, she ran away from home. To avoid being discovered, she assumed the identity of a man, taking the name Frank Thompson. Frank worked for a time as a Bible salesman, but in 1864 joined the Union Army as a nurse. Frank already a master of disguise, eventually volunteered to be a spy and penetrated the enemy lines multiple times in various forms, as a slave and, curiously, as a woman. Frank eventually deserted the army, and Sarah Emma Edmunds returned, enlisting in the army as a nurse. So I find that really, really fascinating. So yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at that sometime soon as well. So next is a title that sounded like a line of poetry. Well, there's probably a few that I could have used for this, But I chose this book again. Haven't read it. It's been sitting there for a bit. I might have even brought this one from my last move from Florida. But anyway, this is called The Light Between Oceans, and it is by M.L. Stedman. And I thought that was kind of an interesting, and the cover is awfully pretty. I really like the lighthouse effect and that idea of the light between oceans. But when you read the back, it says, after 4 harrowing years on the Western Front, Tom Shearborn returns to Australia and takes a job as the lighthouse keeper on Janus Rock, nearly half a day's journey from the coast. To this isolated island, where the supply boat comes once a season, Tom brings a young, bold, and loving wife, Isabel. Years later, after 2 miscarriages and 1 stillbirth, the grieving Isabel hears a baby's cries on the wind. A boat has washed up on shore carrying a dead man and a living baby. So I found that to be interesting, and that's kind of poetic. So yeah, just kind of adds to that title, having a poetic sound. So next is a title which made me ask a question. So for that, I chose a book that I did read. I think it's the only one in this pile that I have read. I actually read this in January, I think it was. It was my book of the month choice that month. It is called Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austen. And I reviewed this on my channel. I'll put a link to that full review if you're interested in it, so you can kind of hear a little bit more about what the story is about. But basically, the question that this makes you ask is, okay, is this about space? And it really isn't. Emily's character, who is named, Enid. The character of Enid, who's the main character, just likes interesting facts about space. And instead of expressing her feelings sometimes, she rattles off facts about space. So that's why the book is titled that. But really, you don't have to know anything about space. You don't have to care about space or anything in order to read this and still enjoy it. So yeah, that was something that I read in January, as I say. Now, the next one is number 5, and it is a heartwarming or homely, meaning it's ugly? No, maybe homey title. So I think for that one, actually, my co-host here had a suggestion for a title. So let's see if she has that ready. Raina, what do you say about a heartwarming or homey title? Do you have one here? What do you have? Okay. Yeah, here we go. That's what I thought. It's a little wet right now, but yeah, she chose The Dog Next Door and Other Stories of the Dogs We Love. And this is edited by Callie Smith Grant. It is a book of separate little stories all about dogs. And the interesting thing about this, and the reason why Raina likes it so much, is that not only do we presently live next door to a golden who looks very similar to this dog, but in Florida, we also live next door to a golden who was more of a reddish color, but still a very beautiful dog. So Raina is always friends with goldens, it seems, and she's very fond of them. She can spot a golden from, half a mile away, and she gets very excited because she always thinks that they're going to be friends. So, yeah, Raina really likes this book, so I'll give it back to her so she can take a look at it. There you go, baby. Thank you for pulling that out, too. I appreciate that. There you go. Don't slobber on it, because I might want to read it, too. Okay, so then number 6 is a title with an unusual combination of words. Now for that, I chose this little word salad right here. It is Mother, Daughter, Traitor, Spy And this is by an author named Susan Elia McNeil. And this book is also one that I have not read. This story takes place in the 1940s during World War II in Los Angeles, and it's based on a true story. It's about a mother and daughter who unknowingly take a job with a Nazi propaganda outfit, and then soon learn that they can perform the work of spies within that organization. So, yeah, that looks like a really good one. So I'll be interested in reading that. I picked that up at a yard sale for I don't even think it was $1. So next is a fantastic or magical title. I know nothing about this book. I do remember that it comes from the Goodwill, though. I do remember that. So that means that it was probably $1. It's called Spelled. And I mean, you just see that cover and for $1, you might as well buy it. Betsy Shao is the name of the author. And from reading the back, it looks like it's about a princess who ends up in an arranged marriage with a prince and has to, figure out some way to save her parents or the world or something after that. So maybe someday, but really, I just like the cover of that one. Not sure I'm ever going to read it. That one might end up being a little free library. Okay, so that was number 7. Now we're going to go to number 8, a title which is a contradiction or describes the impossible. This is a book that I just bought yesterday, again, at the Goodwill. It was just something I couldn't resist for the price. And that is Way of the Peaceful Warrior. It says it's a book that changes lives. And take a look at that cover. It's pretty cool. But there is a different cover to this book. And also the movie had the same cover, the alternate cover. It's kind of a dude that's upside down with his arms spread out. I'm not sure what it's all about. Looks like a yoga position, but he's upside down or something. And there is a yoga position, Peaceful Warrior. So that's interesting. But yeah, it is a contradiction, Peaceful Warrior. But yeah, and it doesn't look like it's a very long book. It looks like something that you just kind of go through and, yeah, I'll probably take a look at this at some point. But I really did enjoy the cover. So, all right. That's an interesting little tag. Doesn't take very long. If you're interested in it, please pick it up and do it. It is a good one. Makes you take all your books out. But that's okay, because you got to clean the shelves every once in a while anyway. So it's good for you. And you can see I really need to take a look at what I have there, because I look and I go, oh, why am I not reading this? That's the question I want to ask. So the only one, reading one of these books right now is Raina. Go figure. But anyway, I don't know if you've ever smelled these. These are nudges. They're called on the go, and they're really small. And I break them up when I give them to her, because I don't really need her to start gaining weight or anything. But yeah, they smell fantastic. Smell like delicious chicken soup or baked chicken or something. Yeah, they really smell good. But anyway, if you like my content, please give me the old thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I have no idea why you wouldn't. So just go on ahead and do that. And I do appreciate you watching. And leave a comment below if you've read any of these, or if you think that they're stupid and you want to tell me, don't bother reading that or something. I don't know. I'm not picking on that one. It's probably a very fine book. It's probably just not my type of book. But anyway, you never know. I may get in a mood someday. So, all right. Take care. Thanks for putting up with me, and have a great day.